So, как говорят у нас в Германии. So, some viewers already. That's good. Good to see. Let me share the link. Let me share the links. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, links went off. Boom, 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 boom. So there's been let me close everything because whatever. I'm not sure why this is modified. Should be okay. Yes, cool. I recorded a video yesterday, which is on YouTube, but not on the. It wasn't streamed because I had very little time. But yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So yesterday we finished with exclude. We actually managed to make it all work. Okay, let me do those here. Right, core clj this, and this we need this mostly for this description here, and the rest will go in here. Okay, so we've managed to make ns unload and ns load work. We also implemented exclude flag, which does exclude stuff indeed, but we didn't manage to write a test. Yeah, we also didn't handle any errors, and we didn't have active set, right? So let's go to README actually. Let's make, yeah, this was like, look, if I go here and then start moving, it moves very strange. But yeah, progress. Parse namespaces. Support in ns and row. Wow. Support standalone require. Actually, we don't really support it. I mean, not properly, because you can actually have them inside your code, like in def or in some other, whatever. Yeah, okay, support standalone require use, right? Exclude. Well, maybe we call it no load, no unload, and no load. Right. Track in namespace. Yeah, this is what we was doing. Do not reload everything on first reload. Kind of, we support this. Only reload active namespaces. Keep the files. Blah 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 blah. Okay, alias is return list of NS reload, reload and file change, short-term case. Yeah, I think this is also done-ish. Excludes. Okay, so what I'm thinking is actually, because this, so we have our configuration like excluding here, right? So what I want to say, so it's going to be no load, right? And no unload, right? So like this, okay? We go in here and we change it. So we have exclude here and set this here. Let's call it init. Let's take opts and okay, so what do we do? Well, we can do case dirs no unload, no load, right? This is our case, our options. When dirs you do this. Well, actually, first scan opts. So let's do this. Opts, let opts first scan opts. Okay, so this is our init, right? I really should find, there is a shortcut for Sublime to go back to the same scroll position, so it's Control minus. Okay, let's try. Go like basically go where he was. Okay, I don't need this, right? And exclude instead. Well, no unload. We say no unload. Well, actually, all right, so this is our unload. And then we have actually load here. And load, of course, is just this, right? Okay, boom. In test, we don't test it yet, but we are going to. Yeah, we have set dirs somewhere, right? First scan. Yeah, we have first scan actually. So first scan is the same as init, but let's call it init info. Okay. Okay, so included. Wait. So this actually goes in here. Right. tests pass. Okay, cool. So so we support hooks for no load and no unload. Well, actually, okay, let's say we will support them when we have tests, right? I guess reload and no, wait. How is my test? So modify. Okay, so we have modify seams opts. Okay, so opts equals actually opts seams if map first seams next seams, right? Otherwise nil and seams. Okay, so this is the way we basically unpack first argument, which could be an option, right? Now what we do is we actually pass this yeah, okay. So no. And now opts are merge these opts like this. Okay, and we pass opts in here. Should be fine. Reload test all works, great. Reload test, exclude tests. Okay, so this was actually good. So let's say we operate on the same, let's open core test, on the same scheme, right? So on the same layout as in here. And what we want to do is to exclude some stuff, like say we say E, for example, is no load, right? E is no load, and we modify something. Okay, wait. I forget which way arrows go. So kind of A depends on B, right? And C. And E. So E is very basic, and we only load it if it's like directly affected, right? If A changes when we reload A. So how do we test it? That's a good question. Interesting. So look, I kind of have core, which we do reload, right? I kind of have signal that depends on core, which we don't. And then I have state again that we don't, and then some namespace that we do. So basically, in the terms of this, it's like, say, C is not is excluded. Okay, so let's go write some test, modify no load C. Yes, I mean, yeah, we should probably so we need this to make sure we do have all the, I don't know, let's do back here. Right. that everything has the right type. Oh, but init impl is not normalizing. Okay. Well, it's still useful, right? And then we can actually get rid of those three contains. Okay, so what we want is keys, right? From state, and keys non-load, no load. Changed is going to change actually, so don't worry about that. Changed files, we change it to just changed. It's not actual files, but we don't need that mess yet. So what we can get from this is a shorter way to write it. Right. And right. Okay, so my stream bitrate is higher than recommended. What's we recommend that your stream uses 13500. We shall high. Oh, interesting. YouTube before YouTube was complaining that my stream has not enough bitrate, and now it complains it has too much bitrate. Well, never can be happy, I guess. Okay. So. I'm going to do this, we don't need this is useful to remember, but the load, like, yeah, okay, unexpected stuff somewhere. Yeah, for reading item 3 of a list. Like this. Okay, so now it fails because it cannot invoke no unload, right? Right, that's true, that's true. That's because our init impl actually doesn't do state. And we probably should do something like this. Probably. And I have a question about set function. It actually accepts collections, so we don't need apply here. Okay, kind of like this. Yeah, check this works now. And where were we? We were trying to, yeah, we were trying to write this test, right? So let's see. So we say no load C, and then we change kind of E. Okay. Okay, and it actually does something. Let's see what it does. So it unloads. So we changed E, kind of, but we marked C as no load, right? So it kind of does H, F, A, D, and E while keeping C. Okay, cool. So because A like transitively depends on E, we kind of want to update A because we can. We kind of want to update C as well, but we can't, right? So then we load E, D, A, and F, and final H. Okay, seems fine to me. Let's do simpler examples. So we say no load K, and we change K, right? Is it going to, so it's kind of E, G, G, E, right? Situation. No, not exactly. Okay. So if we change the file, yeah, I guess there is no point in reloading if file changes here. There's no point triggering those because we're actually not going to reload this one. So what's the point, right? Okay. So yeah, sounds reasonable to me. And finally, what we want to test is what if we say no unload C, right? Yeah, it fails as well, and it fails because we unload, but we load it, okay? So it's kind of the same as this, so we still don't unload it, but we do load it here, okay? So it seems to work. Okay, now I think I'm happy about excludes, and we can mark them as done finally in here. Yeah. Okay. Now, what else do we need? We actually want exclude. Let me think. Do we need something like? What do we need? I don't know. We need some way to. Yeah. Let's do probably active namespaces. So we only track the ones that work. The ones that are actually used. Yes. Then we can put like then we can put broken namespace and see that it doesn't break anything. So we have to work on errors, right? So handle errors basically. But first, yeah, let's try to do active namespace. So this is this thing. Maybe we do handle errors. I guess again after that. But first, we are going to work on this one. This one we already have. It's in here somewhere. Okay. So active namespace. So the idea is we have set of files, right? The files that are like all. Now let me see. Where are dirs actually? Default dirs. State atom files. Why is files in here? Like. I don't know. What type of errors do you mean? Well, you can have broken namespace on a disk, right? And like unload, it will probably happen safely. But then when you try to load it, it will break. what do you do in this case, right? The second situation is you're parsing a namespace and you can't even parse it, so it's even worse. Let's do this. Okay, but first active namespace. So let me think. So we have, okay, so the idea is this: we have set of files, right? We have namespaces to unload, and we have namespaces to load. Okay, no, let me get it right. So yeah, we have set of files on the disk, right? We start with our application, change some of them, require some of them, so assuming you're working inside a working application. So so this is the trick. So when you boot up your application, you do so without tools namespace or clj-reload, right? You just do normal loading and like normal requires. So all of this gets initialized without our tool at all. Then hopefully you do the init call, right? This one. And at this point you like lock everything in, like, yeah, this is the state that we've seen, that works, that we start from, okay? After the init call, you change some files, and this is the namespaces that you expected to reload, right? The trick is there might be more files on the disk than you have loaded, right? So let me like explain this. So we have all of that, right? And so, or even, yeah, it's probably even better on this thing. So say this is our program, right? And we require namespace A, and we just require namespace A. This is a full program, full set of namespaces on disk, and we only require A, right? So it loads B, C, D, and E. F, H, G, I, G, K, L don't get loaded at all, right? Okay. Then if you change E, for example, right? So now it knows that it has to update C and D because they were loaded previously, and A eventually. But also, like, dependency graph shows that you also have to update H and F, but H and F weren't even loaded in the first place, right? So you kind of don't know if you kind of don't want to touch them because they might be broken, for example, right? Or like they may contain code that's like long to initialize, takes long time to initialize. So you don't care about them really. And in my personal case, yeah, I have a bunch of files that I did some experiments in. They live in like dev folder. I don't want to keep them working until I need them, right? And then until I touch them, until I need them, like they could be in any state as long as I care. The tools namespace right now, when you first code, it will reload everything. And even like the files you didn't change, like on the first reload, it actually reloads everything, the entire graph. Second reload will be more, oh, I lost focus. No, go back, go to my face. Camera, yes. Second reload will be fine, so second will be incremental, but the first one is actually like everything, and it also touches files that were never loaded. Okay? So how do we do this? So we can, in theory, like we have files, we can treat those files that contain namespaces that are not loaded just like no load, right? We basically, Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. But that's probably the answer. We just put everything in no load. So yeah. But okay. So there's one gotcha though, and I saw it when trying to patch tools namespace. So the gotcha is you do what I just told you do, right? So you change E and you only load left part of the graph. And like at this point, E, D, C, A, and B are all live. So you first unload them, of course, and then you try to, and you remember which one are alive, and you try to load E, D, C, A, and B, right? At this point, you fail, like C is broken, okay? So you loaded E successfully, you loaded D successfully, but C is broken. And you stop, right? There's no way you can progress. You expect user to fix... okay, let me explain. So like in this situation, you require A, right? So this is our hypothetical situation. So you only require A. So when you only need A to your application. So only namespaces it depends on will be loaded. F, H, and G will not be loaded, right? So yeah. So the scenario is you require A, you do init. This is our. So I'll just reload it, right? Then you change E, right? Well, maybe you also change C. Okay. You call reload. C fails to load. Yeah, you cannot make a cycle in the graph now. Actually, this is a good point. Yeah, I should check for cyclic dependencies. Because it's not given, like my topological sort will just infinitely run or something like that. Or produce some incorrect result. We should report it, right, as an error. Okay, so at this point, C fails to load. So we have A, E, D alive, or D, I don't know, D fails to load, right? We have E and C alive. Rest is unloaded. And now we kind of we fixed C again, or D, okay, we changed D. We call reload again, right? And at this point, look, because we only have C and E alive, it will think that these are the only two alive namespaces or active namespaces, and it will only load them, right? Which is unfortunate. So what I'm thinking is we start so what I'm thinking is when we start reload, we remember which namespaces are alive, right? And we store it in states, actually. Then, if there is an exception, we return a state with that, with that information. But if there are no exception, we just clear the state out, right? And wait for next reload. And the next reload, you find which new namespaces are alive. Actually, also probably have to handle this. Okay, so lots of edge cases. So the core is very, very minimal, right? But yeah, there are edge cases, unfortunately, always complications. But we'll try to deal with them as nicely as we can. So what I'm thinking is we do reload, catch all the exceptions, right? If exception happen, we still remember active namespace, list of active namespaces, but we don't, yeah, and we keep trying to load them, right? If reload succeeds, we just clear it out. Okay. And the way we do it is actually, so we have to do changed file size. We're probably going to change this changed as well. Don't like it, not really. And we're going to put active like this here, right? So active means the namespaces that were active or loaded. I can call it loaded, probably. Let's go to closure core. I can actually try to evaluate this. It's ref. Sorry, do it again. And it contains symbols, right? So it's a list of symbols. So we can just keep a reference to that, probably. It's a set. It's a set. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Let's try it, and then we write a test for it, right? So we call it loaded, and loaded is closure core loaded libs. Okay. Okay. So what do we do? We unload every changed. So changed is a list of files that was changed, right? So we don't try to unload, even though we have it in here, like we check for load, unload actually. Okay, yeah, we do. It even kind of reads like English sentence, right? It's loaded, it has to be loaded. To unload, it has to be loaded. It has not be on no unload list, and it doesn't have to, it has to be not on a no load list. Okay? Okay, so we don't handle errors yet, right? We don't handle errors yet. So what we do is, okay, yeah. Errors will come later, okay? Errors will come later. I also have to work on this, actually. But it also will come later. Okay, so, we also have to load when, yeah, we have to return this. Right. like this. Like this. What? Yeah, this is. Okay. Kind of. This is not yet done. Okay, so the first thing I want to change here as well. Okay, so this scheme will not go, really. Not really, right? Because this can fail, but we still need to, like, this is nice-ish, but we need to snapshot like halfway, kind of. So it's like two swaps, actually. We'll do that somehow. I'm even like inclining in here to use the global thingy, right? So I can just call init. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry for mumbling. What I'm trying to say is, right now my reload is formulated in a way that you can use it as a function on your own state, right? Or you can use it without state and then it uses a global state, right? Which is kind of in the spirit of Clojure, but maybe a little bit too idealistic. So we probably have to get rid of it. Okay, yeah, eventually. So, but before we do that, I actually want to change name. So you see, I also assumed that the scan function will be used that way, right? The scan function actually tells us which namespace were changed, but it doesn't, like it's not really useful this way. It is much more utilitarian, so it has two uses, right? It has, it's used in init, but you see, like the problem is like the state we return, we butcher it, right? We kind of only use changed from it, actually. Well, it only sets changed and scenes. So basically what it uses, what it does is try to return, okay, so I'm so sorry for mumbling. So scan takes state, right? And in return, it has to return this thing in here, which is files, I think, right? So this file to file, okay. And it accepts dirs and scenes. Okay, but you will see how it is useful, okay? So state in here is actually scan that accepts dirs. Dirs and 0, right? And it's called files, okay? And what we do is Dears. This thing, files, and since system current time. Okay. Yeah, I used to have the function called now. It's really useful, so we're going to actually implement it. I have some utilities here, and I think in newer closure I can write this as this, I believe. We are not on the current closure, on the latest closure. Well, it's not out yet, so we're not obviously on it. Okay, and we have init info. Okay, cool. Do we need the init info like separately for tests? Let's have it. Let's have it. And the second, okay, we actually don't need to check this at all also because we already filter for this actually outside. Get dependencies from live use load files, this is unknown and this is unknown, right? And this is unknown actually. Aliases means try to keep aliases working. But oops. This is very annoying, but I don't really deeply understand what it is. But sometimes I think it applies to namespaces that are not that there are no unload, right? So you don't unload them, you just load them over the old ones. And if they have aliases, it's like, does it work or something? I don't know. Not sure. So yeah, we'll have to investigate this. But. So we have reload here, right? We have scan, yes. Scan actually dears and sins, right? Return files, okay. So we kind of can say that changed is scan dears state since state 0, right? Okay, so we kind of don't need it here. Well, yeah, okay. we need it here, kind of. Maybe also we certainly don't need this. Maybe this. So changed are files, right? Changed files. Okay, let's see if I can go back. No. Kind of. Yeah, it's kind of. Okay, let's actually do load. Oh, I see. it was all in the right places. 264. Okay. So here, yeah, we have to update files, merge. Wait, what? Right? And it even works. Cool-ish. So changed is gone, right? Loaded stays. Okay, loaded stays. So here's what we do. So we do now. I kind of want actually, you know. I want to mark the moment before we actually start to scan or start to unload, because that process can take time, and it's better if we so basically we don't leave the gap. So like, look, we scan something and then we set scenes to a moment later, right? So if something, for some reason, a file was changed in those milliseconds, boom, you will not see this. But if we set it the other way around, so first set scenes and then we scan, right? So we can reload some files twice, which is fine, but we don't miss anything, right? Okay. So I think that I'm not even sure what to do. What is logfn? Just a valid name? Yes, it is a valid name. You can use stars on all sorts of symbols. So, like, you can use question mark, exclamation marks. So you can use arrows. So sometimes people do stuff like this. It's also a valid name. And that actually means, like, there is a convention for this. This means this variable can be dynamically dynamically bound, which means like you can redefine for like code section what it means. So you can change the value, and we actually use this in testing here. Show you. So this is custom logfn that tracks what's going on, and then we do binding logfn to our logfn, and inside this binding form, this value will be set to what we set it to. After this is done, it will be reset to its original value, right? And if there is another thread, it doesn't see that. So it's basically like thread local variable. Hi, Thomas. Yeah, I like how you can give like all sorts of crazy names in Clojure. I'm not sure if I can show you some. Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, the macro like dash and greater than or like this. Or this macro is this. I also just this all on just normal Clojure names, right? There's like some, it doesn't even have to start with a letter. Then there is like question marks, so what this means is a predicate. Again, just a name, it could not be a predicate, just a convention, right? There is exclamation mark, which means like it's a side effect. This one is not really follow it, like it's not really consistent. And there is, like, see, there is a read dash string, there is a read plus string. Yeah, it's actually plus is very convenient if you want a name for tuple. So like you have tuple from, like, I know, ID and name, right? So you call your variable like ID plus name, and there's ID name. I think it's very cool. Okay. Earmuffs, yeah, that's true. It's called earmuffs. So what do we do next? We have to write some tests that test this loaded bullshit, right? To do so, what we want probably modify, so yeah, so you see the trick is if I modify a kind of we can have options, right? Okay, so these are options, and by default load is all, right? And these are fixtures. Okay, so we do try let I finish the try let return track, then we do catch exception e println e. Well, actually, yeah, we just throw e. No, we don't need to catch exceptions. No, that would be absurd. What we want is we want to unload everything. Yeah, and okay, so we need to load first stuff. Okay, so what kind of well, yeah, okay, we don't need load all. So what we do is dosig ns load opts, and our default one is ABC. Okay, and the default one is like all these namespaces, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, G, K, L. We can also do them in proper order. Maybe we try to do so, like B, E, C, D, H, G, A, F, K, G, I, L. Kind of like this. It doesn't really matter. Clojure will figure this out. In fact, we can just rely on A, F, I, and L. But we want to be sure, right? Require ls. So we do this. right? We go with our test business, and finally, in the final part, we want to unload everything, okay? So ns unload. So we do the same trick as here, but we set it to nil because we don't want any logging, and we call reload unload. And we want to unload everything as well, right? So we don't want anything to be... Can I reverse actually? Is there a command to reverse the selection? Okay, let's see. Text line. No tag mark code holding convert keys wrap. No. Wait. No. Okay, so yeah, okay, we'll have to do this manually, but it's fine, right? We can just do it. LIGKFAGHDCEB, like this. What we do want to know is, do seek ns when right? Or we can, I don't like it. I don't really like it. Okay, let's just copy it here. We do remove ns, and oops. You see, for some reason, like going back switches to the first. Okay, I don't like it. It goes to the left part for some reason, but I don't need it. And we run this. Or we can actually call a function called nsunload impl, and it will do this for us. No, I don't need this. We don't want really the test code to depend on us, right? Okay, so now test takes like 400 milliseconds with all this load unload because Clojure code is not fast. So we load about 10 empty namespaces and it's like 400 milliseconds. Well, no, we do this a bunch of times, right? Yeah, we do it like about 15 times. How much? 15 times, right? So it's like 10 namespaces times 15, 150, 4,000 equals. So it's like 30 milliseconds, 2 frames to load one namespace, which is a lot. Yeah, but it's like it fires up like Java compilation and stuff like this. So it's like not empty. It actually compiles code. So. Yeah, but what we want to is write a test, def test, reload active, right? And now see, this is what I want to do is, so I want to try the active part. So let's say we only load A, right? is equals something, modify, load, was it load? Yeah, it was load, right? Yeah, it was load. Load, we only load namespace A, and we change bunch of stuff, like we change E, for example, right? So what do we expect? We expect to, like, kind of the same as here, right? Let's see if we get it right. We should actually, well, let's see if test fails. It fails. So let's see if we get it right. So H and F has no business in here. Boom. Yes, it's fine. It works. Great. Just use closure core reverse plus a val selection if loaded libs never become nil. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, this join never converts to nil, so I hope not. I mean, and there are always loaded namespace. Like closure core, you cannot unload it, so it's like it's always there. So that's it at least. Cool. So we change E. And it only reloaded this part, right, without touching this part. So now what we want to test is what if we actually touch something like H, G, F, right, and maybe K. It stays the same, right? Right, great. So perfect. And yeah, you you probably see that it's, I mean, this is integration test, right? It's not unit test, because we're actually loading and unloading this stuff. And it's slow, yeah, I get it, but we actually check the real thing. Actual namespaces are loaded and unloaded. So I think it's worth it. Okay, so we have active, right? It kind of work-ish. I need this. So now we need to break something. Well, we can start actually by creating a file called broken. And it will say ABC, something like this, right? Okay, let's run our test. Aha, everything breaks, even though I didn't expect it, but we have a reader exception and a file while reading, right? It happened here. Well, actually, this should work-ish. No, it doesn't work for some reason. I used to have, let's see. Yeah, I wonder why it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't. But this is my plugin, right? I used to have it. Oh, no. Okay. Now I remember now. We're going to figure it out. So there are actually settings for this particular style for project, and it goes in here because it's really hard to explain, but Sublime sometimes can be pretty annoying. Executor file regex. Executor base dir is clj-reload, right? Boom. KB. Start from scratch, just to make sure. Boom. All tests failed. And now it works. Yeah, cool. I remember. I remember it works. So exception happens here. We expected it. we expected it, but we also expected this thing to catch it, kind of. Okay, let's do one more time this feeling. So X data is nil. Interesting. What is P? Yeah, we got some mixed output in here, I guess. Oh no, P, yeah, okay, E is just an exception, prints exception, okay. This doesn't help us. Interesting. Let's do this. So it's a runtime exception. Well, okay. So I took this from tools namespace, right? So let's figure out why it works here. Ignore reader exception, right? And it does all this. Let's go to, yeah, for this one. With open parse. This one. There is no try catch here, right? Oh, I know what's going on. I know, because they're using different reader. Yeah. That's why. And we don't. I'm not sure if we should. I mean, just more namespaces to bring, right? And closure reader seems to be doing fine, except for exceptions. But maybe we can work with it. So let's see what the exception is. So it's runtime exception, end of file reader. Yeah, we can actually go util Java to what? Util Java return runtime exception, right? Yeah, that's not really helpful. This breeder 1403. So it just shows a runtime exception that you have no idea, like it has no distinguishing features. So fuck me. Yeah, function gets difference. Yes, it's very convenient. I agree, you should steal it for sure. So the thing is, it used to be even better, really. So there was this editor called what was it called? Light table? Let's see if it's still up. It's still up. It comes from the era when we didn't use HTTPS, by the way. So. I'm not sure if there are good. Yeah, this is the feature I was talking about. So basically, this is how it worked. You select part of your code, right? You press a key combination, and it somehow communicates with this closure process in background. It actually changes some code, so like this line would actually send stuff to your editor. And after you do that, the value appears on the right? So basically what we can do instead of what we are doing right now, theoretically, right? It's not currently supported. We can select this, press some key combination like this, and we would have the value like live updated or live in like next to it, right? As we eval code. But we can't. Read file. Okay. read file. Let's do this. File to load. File is file, I think. Okay, file to load file. Get message, right? I'm not sure what this is about, but we'll figure it out soon. So we get rid of this. Okay? And then somehow we fix this mess. I'm not sure what this mess is about. Oh yeah, okay. Boom. And file to load. The file is file. Okay, so this feature is in Visual Studio Code Closure plugin. Yeah, probably. I should take a look how it works. The Calva one, right? I mean, not how it works. I get how it works. How it is implemented, because it's tricky-ish. Maybe not. I should implement it at some point. Try first, features, evaluate closure code, format, syntax highlighting, visual guides, super closure linking, which comments, fiddle, files, customer commands, closure notebooks, closure notes, debugger. Maybe debugger? No, debugger is debugger, right? I don't have that. Or is it like in here somewhere? Conditional. Maybe this one? Okay, no, I don't know. Maybe this one? Pretty printing, namespaces. Okay, yeah, I should take a look and do the same, because I'm kind of missing the feature. Okay, so file. How do we get file? It has get name and it has get path, right? So we should do get path, I think. Yeah, and I also don't like this, you see, spacing here. So that's why we're going to wrap it on next raster call. Boom. Do we want this always on? Okay-ish, yes, probably. Probably load. Let's actually change this name. It shouldn't be load, it should be require, not load. And we only need it here and here, right? Okay, test work. Okay, kind of. So we kind of handle exceptions. I feel like it should be in here. You see, you start working with small screens and you start to make lines super tiny. whether you want it or not. Yeah, format. I mean, yeah, you can use format for sure. I'm not sure I like it or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, but you can use format. I never get used to it, so it doesn't really matter that much. Okay. So what can we put in our to-do list? Can we put something in here? Do not reload everything, on reload active namespace. Can we say that? Yes and no. So actually, like, well, yeah, okay. So let's say we can, right? But we have to do this, actually, for properly, like, handle it. So yeah. So real tricky situation is what we do with errors. And errors are like we unload stuff, we try to load, we break, and then we try again. The benefit is that the message is more legible and not currently cluttered by the expressions. And you can probably feed the whole message on one line and put format on its own line. I mean, I can do it for you. Let's just compare, right? I think format doesn't include print, right? Yeah, it doesn't. So format failed to load %s. Yeah. I like it. Maybe we need a function called print. What do you think about that? How about we have some print? We do have print though. Yeah, we already have print. Oh, okay. So now it's even better. Actually, I didn't know about it. But it doesn't have. How do you like that? I logged into stream from another computer and realized that the messages containing the links were erased. What? I certainly didn't do that. And I'm not sure how to, change it. Interesting. Yeah, it's like the computers, right? They do stuff that you didn't never ask them for, and then I don't like it. Let's try it again. Services, resize window. calva.io/evaluation. No, this is not it. This is just inline evaluation. We have this. What I mean is like not inline evaluation, but you you have this, like you want to know what value this file takes, right? You press a key, and then whenever this function is called, the value that passes through this function at this point will be displayed here. Yeah, so where was it? We're trying to do what? We were trying to handle errors, right? Okay, so what I'm thinking is, we do scan, change files, no unload %. Why do we need to change files so early? We don't, right? We do. Huh. But change files, we do this every time, right? Because, yeah. Okay. Is there a function called unload in closure? No, but there is a function called load. Okay, but okay, so sorry. Again, so let's do unload. It takes state, right? Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it doesn't evaluate the function. It just drags the value. So whenever the function is called during its normal operation, it shows its current value. So it's like a live display. So like you put like detector in there and like it prints what it is. It doesn't call the function itself. It just tracks it. It's kind of similar to hash p, right? So if I put hash p in here, it doesn't evaluate the function, right? But whenever this function is called, this value will be printed to console, right? So it's kind of the same idea, but instead of printing to console, it will be printed like an editor right here, so I don't have to open console. And it is great because I don't like opening console. But it's also tricky to implement because like you kind of now your code on a disk. No, I mean your code in memory have to become different than code on disk. Kind of that's questionable. Okay, it's kind of tricky. Yeah, and it worked like okay-ish in light table, but not always. So for example, you can't put like evaluation in here, which is unfortunate because sometimes like, yeah, I just parsed it, so like you can't put it on the left side. But maybe through some macro magic or whatever we could do this. But anyways, yeah, I'm getting distracted. Let's do unload. It takes state, right? And change it namespace and s unload. So this is what it does, kind of. Okay. Now what we want is so kind of like sock state loaded, right? Let's say it's this. Okay. And maybe changed NSS also. Well, not necessarily, but whatever. So it's called, it was going to be unload info, okay? Right, so a kind of, yeah, let's do actually, we're probably going to put error on a state, right? To do that, we need atom options for the data fan. Where the fan must be nil or side effect free function of one argument which will pass into a new state of a new state change. If the new state is unacceptable, validated fan should return false or throw an exception. Okay. Okay, let's see. No, wait. What is this? This is not even a browser. What a nice font you have. No, pure code is beautiful. I'm not sure what's going on here, but so it like inserts a value like in source code file. Nice. I mean, yeah, I would put it as an editor feature, but yeah, kind of similar. Yes. Cool. Cool. Okay. No. This is tricky, actually, you know. Yeah, I noticed it as well. So the trick is this. Fuck me. If you're going to call unload again, right? So the loaded state is going to change. It's actually probably, you know, into this thingy, or even okay, so if we run unload multiple times, we are going to merge it with like previous value, right? So our like idea is that we don't lose the loaded stuff, right? And we make sure not to update scenes of files. That only happens if we successfully loaded everything. So kind of in the end here, we desock loaded, right? And we update scenes, right? On the files. Yeah. Okay, so we do this, right? We try to load now. We still need to change namespaces, right? Which we somehow need to get from unload impl, kind of. Load NS. So we kind of stop here, remove this, and do this, and lose this as well. Kind of. Right? So I feel like changed files have to be an argument to that all. And change namespace, well, fuck me. Okay, let's rethink it. It just, let's see, I'm just trying to grab my head around it. I don't understand why namespaces actually depend on our loaded, unloaded stuff-ish. It's actually incorrect, though. Or is it correct? Is it incorrect? Or maybe not. No, it's actually probably fine. Yeah, one thing is clear. We don't need now in here, right? We need now only in here. But this unload impl kind of, okay, let's think about change namespaces. I feel like it's something something wrong about it. I feel like we should start with files, with changed files, right? Because files are truths. Then we figure out what changed and what not. Yeah, let's say we move changed files, okay? Let's see what happens. So we move some changed files here. We probably want this same thing in here, dears loaded, and we want changed files. Okay. And we want the second function to be called maybe load impl, right? Take state and changed files. Okay, And it kind of does this part, right? So, okay, no, not this part. The state unload is going to be here, okay? So we probably need the same thing in here. Loaded is actually what's loaded in here, right? Oh, sorry, there was a question. What do I think about Fleet? Are you not using it because of lack of plugins? For example, that you perform closure forms or something else. I think I'm happy with Sublime. I don't know. I'm really happy with Sublime. Yeah, Fleet is probably not usable right now yet. But I feel it's slower. It feels slower, certainly, especially given that you have to do the toolbox sync and like install it and I don't know, somehow get the Fleet as the whole thing. Yeah, and I have a feeling that experience will be very rough. I'm not sure about it. I haven't tried to actually use it, but I feel it will be very rough. I'm not sure about closure support either. It started as a closure project, like closure editor first, right? But now I switched to Kotlin and like forgot probably about closure, and so I'm not sure about it. Closure support in there. But yeah, it's like it's cool interface. I used to work on Fleet actually back in the day in JetBrains. That was my project. You see, it's like some bullshit I have to deal with. Like, oh no, you can't use this version. And somehow it's my problem. And now, okay, you don't see it, but like now it's like says, you click download, and it's like, oh, first download toolbox, and you download toolbox, and like, it's a whole another story, and like, I just don't want to deal with it, really. And I have with Sublime, and I have everything set up here, like I like for myself. So, okay, load info, right? So we define load, what should be loaded. It's kind of changed files, state, double prime. Load impulse state, change files, like this, okay? So, it also needs now. Now we probably pass in here. Okay, yeah, launcher for the IDE. Like IDE itself is not complex enough. We need another program that will launch our program, or whatever it is. I don't know. It's like it always complains. Like I have been using JetBrains IDE, and it's always wants something from you. It's like, hey, there was a new version of plugin. Hey, I couldn't index something. Hey, something's broke. Hey, something is. You can put a comma here. It's always like keeps like you engaged, trying to engage with you and want something from you. And I hate this experience. Like Sublime doesn't offer you anything. Like there's no notifications, no nothing. It just does what you want, right? You give it a command and it does it. JetBrains IDEs, they like different. They can always send stuff your way, whether you ask for it or not. Like they always want something from you. And VS Code as well, like it's not specific for JetBrains. But yeah, said all that, Fleet was supposed to be lightweight version of it. but it still has this JetBrains DNA in it, right? So, yeah, probably. When I was working, yeah, we had like slightly different ideas how we like stuff. So, like, I was trying to convince people that we need as little messages and notifications and stuff and questions and windows that are asked of users. And they were like, no, we want to do it the way we always did it in JetBrains. Which is probably right for the audience, but wasn't right for me. You can probably try updating Fleet. Oh, yeah, but again, yeah, you try to, yeah, I just launched Toolbox, and it's like, yeah, I can update Fleet, but I have even better idea. What if I update myself? So like you asked me like what I think of Fleet, and I have Fleet installed, right, already. So I was like, yeah, let's go try it. And since then, like I clicked on update link. I was sent to a website. I clicked on download there. I was sent to another place which has a separate download button, which was for Toolbox. So I closed this. I opened Toolbox. Toolbox started updating itself. Now it's starting to updating Fleet, and we still have not seen Fleet. Like you see, the amount of bullshit you have to deal with, right? I know. And this is all just to run one single application. But yeah, there it is. Look. Oh, there is AI as well. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't. Let's see. Let's open file or folder. Let's go to what we're writing right now, right? I hope it doesn't destroy it. Oh, okay, I don't. What's this? What is this? It's some bug, right? Because I was, yeah, let's see. So, command key, core.clj. Cool, go here. Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, visually it looks stunning. It's like it has very precise typography and iconography, icons basically, design. I like the design a lot, yeah. It's not minimalistic, like it's not as minimal as Sublime, but it looks good if you can accept it. So like, let's just compare, right? So this is Sublime, which has one thingy here, which I wish I could remove because like I never use it, but what can you do? And it has like syntax, spaces, git status, and this is my three lines with icons on mine. Right, so it's basically like on top it's only have one thing. Let's compare it to JetBrains Fleet. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons and like 3 things here. So let's say this is git status, right? What is this? Workspace. I don't need a workspace. Like why? There is some collaboration. There is what is smart mode, run, search, notifications, another profile. So like there's 2 user icons, and it has like stuff in here that I don't really. Oh, I assume you can hit it, but yeah, it's still here. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool what they could pull off, and I hope eventually it becomes a nice editor. Let's try edit something in here. Like let's try edit closure. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do REPL in here, but we can try to edit it at least. I won't even probably change the. Oh, they have dark purple. Wow. Nice. Fleet dark, fleet light. I mean, I like the controls. I like a lot of it. JetBrains one. Yeah, let's do with Fira code. 13 is fine. Oh no, they use bold fonts. You see, like instantly you start to see stuff that you don't like. Like I don't use bold fonts. I don't want to use bold fonts. Probably it's in here somewhere, but well, let's do bold. No, there's no bold fonts option. Let's go back. Or maybe it's like in JetBrains mono, there is no bold fonts, right? Somehow, well, no, there is like, this is like bold-ish, so it's like slightly heavier than this. It annoys me even more, okay? But it's like, it's all stuff like this, you know? It's always something is missing, not to my liking. If I can't call the shots, like, I don't probably like it. Yeah, what are we trying to do? So we're trying to do this, right? We do reload, and we probably want to, okay, indentation works. You see, like I press backspace here, and I assume it would delete some spaces in here, but instead it jumps line. How am I supposed to write like in here? Like I want to go up and here, and my backspace doesn't work. Like, what the fuck? What do I have to select? Yeah. So what is going to happen? So probably don't need this. Do I need this? Oh, it doesn't highlight symbols as you select them. Another thing that we don't like, look, no unload, we don't need this, right? Scenes, do we need scenes? Yes, no, yeah, no, we don't need scenes. We need scenes, we don't even need scenes in here. Do we need loaded? Yes, right, because we merge them, yes. Do we need dirs? Not really, because we scan outside of this. No load, no unload, yeah, we need it, okay, so. It tries to be smart in a place where it's not needed. Yeah. And I bet if I place a double quote, it will insert the second one, right? Yeah, this feature I fucking hate. Like I can type second quote if I need it. It's like, it always does this when I don't need it. And I know there is an option to turn this off. I know. Wait, what? Okay, I had a feeling that it's scanned like. Yeah, and there's like this thing. What does it mean? No problems found. Like why is this icon here? Like if there are no problems, why do I need to see it? It's like it's the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, big companies, they have a lot of developers. Developers need to work on something. So the more developers you have, more features you get, and it's not always what you want. Okay, yeah, I've seen enough. I don't know about you, but I've seen enough. Like, let's go to my old, nice, cozy, sublime text. Okay, so change namespace. So this wouldn't exist, right? Because we define it in here. We kind of want the same, but we want to use load instead of unload, right? That means that our load function is going to be indented like this. Okay, it's not good. Now it's good. Okay. We have state prime somewhere. Let's see here. Seems right to me. Tests don't work because the whole thing. Okay, so technically, so okay, so the one thing that we need to do after that is to split this, to wrap actual load into try catch. This part should be try catched, right? And we might maybe even assign error in here or something to do something. But the way it's hooked up right now should actually work. Why doesn't it? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we probably can figure it out. Oh, you just love it, right? See, like so many anonymous functions in here. There's probably some stupid mistake somewhere. It's like very probably not interesting, but there's like lazy sequences and they make it not very nice. So we break somewhere in load impl, right? So in here, we try to sort dependencies and change namespaces somehow is not what we expect. Because some loaded is null. This is null. That is kind of new to me. Oh, I know, because we need to pass, yeah, okay. And it kind of works. I told you, this is like this one character and all it takes you from 0 to hero. Yeah. What do we want? What do we want next? Who has an idea? What do we want next? We want to split this into two functions. We want to write a test that intentionally breaks a namespace. Okay, let's try with a test. Let's try with reload broken, right? Let's actually do. How this is tricky. I mean, modify is great, but how do we know? Like, we're supposed to break namespaces somehow. How do we do this? And it's like it's not modify anymore. So we kind of want. Okay, yeah, okay. So first things first. You see clj-reload / I think it has to be just reload. That's my firm belief, right? It works. Cool. So let's see what we want. We want reload init. Kind of, right? Some options. Then we want to require, we want to require, say, A, right? Then we do reload init. Then we do, what will we do then? Then we do change C, right? Or D, C, I don't know. Alter C. What is it? Like, it's not really that hard to break, right? We write some nonsense. Important thing is that we restore it eventually. So we actually start with try, finally, restore C, okay? So we alter C, we call reload, catch. Well, it's actually is thrown like this. Then we fix C, right? And we do reload, and yeah, and is track what? Is track unload. Let's see, we change C file, right? Well, we should C and E probably. Let's E also. Touch E, okay? So with E, we get this stack trace, right? So our trace is going to be, we unload A, C, D, E, then load E, and break on C. So kind of like this. Right? And maybe error C, something like that, like if you report it somehow. Okay. And it's our track, all right? Then what we do? We fix C, right? We call reload. And what it does is ECDA, right? So it's supposed to load namespaces, but A wasn't really loaded, nor was D. So it kind of just unloads C and E again. I could probably skip E in here, but I'm not sure. So we know that E was successfully loaded, right? Maybe we don't need E. But we know it was modified, and we never really acknowledged that. This is tricky. So what I assume has to happen is something like this, like ideally, right? I'm not sure we get there today, but let's plan. Actually, you know what? Let's leave it at that, probably. Right, we have outlined this. Currently, everything compiles, everything works. It works not exactly as we intended, but kind of as we intended, right? We are working on this, so yeah, it's in progress. Handler is drinking as load. There is this tricky part, but yeah, whatever. Cool. Maybe we adopt actually the way the tools namespace does it. It has two separate queues in its state, like what to unload and what to load. So maybe we do that. So I see exceptions, I'm reading the comment. Exceptions is handled in closure just like in Java, no some fancy option on wrapping. Do you prefer exceptions to return values like go ML result? No. No, I like the way this is done as closure, yeah. I hate unwrapping, actually, because as you unwrap, there might be an exception in there, right? So, it's like just another place where exception can happen. I mean, you probably can do this wrapping somehow, like because you don't have pattern matching, it's not that nice in closure. So in closure, we just do nils or throw exceptions, and they're nice because, like you see, for example, in where it was catch, like here, right? Failed to load file. Do we know why it failed? No. It might be file system error. It might be our parse error. It might be some we wrote some code wrong in here, right? where is it, the code, like in here, some code is wrong somehow, right? Or this assert failed, for example, or something else. All these reasons like would be separate results that will have to be somehow brought together, right? And I know, yeah, these languages have like monads or whatever that combines those results and propagate errors. But this is actually what exception does. So you just like write it once, like catch everything, whatever happened in there, catch it, and we just fail and go our way. So yeah, I like the way it is in Clojure, actually. I don't like this unwrap. And the stuff I saw in Rust, like in Rust there is like proper option, right? But it's like always unwrap, and like nobody really thinks about like, is it safe? Nobody has the patience to like properly handle this. So yeah, I like how it is in Clojure. Okay, yeah, let's commit and let's wrap this up. It's been 2 hours, so about perfect time. Stage, discard, we didn't change anything. Stage, 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 stage. Okay, so what did we do? We did support no unload, no load, right? Only reload active namespaces and handle parse errors. That's our result for today, which is something, I hope. Not nothing, I would say. So, yeah, good. Target unit, success value, okay, cool that we agree. Okay, yeah, let's wrap this up. Thanks for joining. It's going a little slower than I expected, especially when you start to like write down everything you have to handle, right? I would prefer that we'll be already done, or at least switch to interesting stuff, the stuff that we are going to do different from tools namespace. But so far, I should probably put this thing, use Lisp reader instead of Clojure tools reader. Is this an advantage or not? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why tools namespace do what it does, but at least it's one less library, so probably faster startup time. So yeah, that is okay. Thanks. Thanks everybody. See you next time. Bye bye.